I'm always listening.
So the thing is, so when I start this, so I'm not sure it gets live streamed before that or when this screen appears.
Seems like we are already,
Oh,
at least for me.
awesome. So hi everyone, gonna copy this and make a new file. So we can don't need the mission statement. Priority, we can keep it to make a standard doc. Agenda. Okay, so
The to do. Okay. You said that you had some feedback about your part.
yeah, so for using NFT as consultancy, we have two ways to do that. Yeah. So for example, we can use it for ERC20, where we can have one like variable, like not variable, like one array, which keeps track of how many hours, and we can decide the rate, and which we can modify later. So there are two ways to solve this problem. Let's say I do 500 NFT. Each of my client buys one NFT, and then there is another variable like called redeemable hours. So if you want 10 hours of our consultancy, you click on this function, like you do this function where buy consultancy hour, and then you say what's the amount, and in the amount we decide the rate. So if you have like 50 hours, 50 into 0.2, and then with your NFT, we will have like number of available consultancy hours for that particular NFT ID.
Okay. And we have to do it in Ether, right? The payable amount has to be Ether.
Yeah, like yeah. So if we do it on like Ethereum, or like I'm thinking more on Polygon, so we can also do like Matic, their local currency.
But we cannot do it in
USDC.
Yeah, stable coins.
That's a good point, actually.
Not that I'm sure it might be a problem, but considering the changing in the rates, maybe if we stick with USDC, then we don't have to keep changing the contract to change this rate.
Yeah.
And we save at least some gas.
Yeah, I think I might know. So the way we could do that is we need to import the interface of that token, like USDC. So instead of here, we see get like if it's Barbie address, get the address of this message sender, and
Mhm.
instead of it, get USDC and accept payment in that.
Yeah, or we could maybe add chain link and ask for the rate of Ether in dollars and add a function like the amount in Ether that corresponds for this much dollar. Does it make sense? I saw a tutorial using this.
Yeah, Chainlink data feeds gives like real-time pricing. So it gives at the time of minting what's the current US Ethereum to USDC. Oh, what I was thinking when you said that is instead of buying in Ethereum, people can just buy ours in USDC. So no matter what Ethereum price, it doesn't matter. You just pay $500 for 10 hours. So fixed.
Yeah. I don't know, would that be bad? Do we have any downsides on using USDC as payment currency? Is it good? Is it good or bad? It's good because we understand it's gonna be more logical, but the amount. But is it bad anyhow?
It's just like if most of the clients have their money in Ethereum or Matic, they need to do one more step of convert some of the Matic in USDC and then buy it. But
So whatever, considering if we can either ask in USDC or ask in Ether an equivalent amount of dollars, I think it's okay for us. Otherwise, we're gonna have to keep updating this according to the variation.
yeah, so yeah, that's the challenge. Like if so, maybe we change this from Ethereum to USDC because 0.002 Ether today would be different USDC than tomorrow. So
Exactly. Okay. Whatever you feel best.
No, that's a good point. So
I understood the contract. I think it seems very clear, like straight.
It's quite
Is
straight.
it easy to interact with it?
Yeah. So I had deployed it. Oh, it's on testnet. That link page. So, okay. I don't know. Maybe this was the contract. So if you go.
Can you design it?
What? I'm an engineer. Okay. So the cool part is what I did is it's like on-chain SVG. So if you buy more hours or less hours, automatically your NFT changes here, hours left here. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. So what you do basically is, let's say once you have NFT, you click here, how many hours do you want to buy? Or we can create our own website where people can click on a button. You do 10 hours or...
A React one, please. No, just kidding.
we how much time we have.
Just messing. Not gonna do that again. Okay.
So
we don't have any. I don't understand much yet about the safety of the smart contracts. I did not get into that part yet. Do we have any kind of risk? using
Yeah.
this structure?
If I would have known, I would have
I know,
worked on it. I
I
don't
know, not clear for sure, but can someone could maybe,
hack it.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can ask Theo to audit it, or if there
Okay.
are like mostly like people can trick in re-entrancy on the security part, but yeah, I don't. So
Okay.
how it works is, let's say I give you, I meant a smart contract to your address. Then what's your address? Wait. Anyways, the logic is like, for example, if you are token ID 1, I have this public function which says redeemable hours. Like, so when I type your token ID, it says you have 5 hours you can redeem. If I type
Mhm.
2, it's not minted. So
Doesn't exist. Okay.
yeah. And then if I want to, why do I have a redeemable? Yeah, so the challenge is, good part is, if since it's integrated to NFT, we can modify all the things. The bad part is it's another variable in the smart contract NFT. So if you want to, let's say if you have 4 hours left, if you want to trade or sell 2 hours and keep 2 hours,
Okay.
you cannot.
You have to sell the 4 and buy 2 others.
Yeah. So I think for our case, like, if we have one client who wants to just work, it's fine. But like, if you want to provide more flexibility to owners, what if like people don't think they want to use Arcade services, but they want to buy and then sell it at a higher price? Because one of the thing you can program it here is, in the smart contract, you can say Kidao is gonna sell first 100 hours at $50 per hour, next 100 at $60 per hour. So people can buy early and then even they can trade. So interesting economics around that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. And we don't want it to be 1 hour each.
I think like to simplify, let's keep like minimum 1 hour to burn or redeem, because if we go minute or second, it's gonna be
no,
too much.
sure. I was thinking if the unity would be 1, always 1, the minimum 1, and not only the minimum, but the minimum and maximum. If it would be 1, not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, then I know that it doesn't make that much sense, but they would have to buy like 3 or 4 NFTs of 1 hour each, and then they could sell 1 or 2 individual hours.
No, so you just need one NFT, and you
I
can buy
understood.
10 hours at once.
But then you said that you cannot sell a partial of this NFT because it's an NFT.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I got it. That's what I was suggesting.
If you want to
if
do,
it's a problem, would it be bad for us to make like fixed 1 hour each NFT equivalent to 1 hour only? I know it doesn't look that nice.
yeah, so like you can solve it using, instead of NFT, ERC1155.
Okay.
So that's the second option I have, where so this is an example use case where ERC, like, you can create, this is like, I created a category that, okay, what are the, let's say we have 3 services. One is metaverse, one is smart contracts, one is design or workshop. you can see these are like I charge $150 per hour for service A, 50 for another. Then you can create another array which tracks various services, and this is the rate. Oh, I think this is it. So the how it works is each address will have a track of these three. So if you just buy developer, your 10 hours of developer services in your account, it will show 10 developers, 0 metaverse, 0 something.
It will be a combination, okay.
Yeah. So the way it works is ERC 721, each token ID has one unique wallet address. ERC 1155 is each wallet address has multiple like let's say fungible or non-fungible token tracker. So for example, you could have like our hours are fungible. Let's say like there are three variables. 2 variables are fungible, 1 is non-fungible. So what we will do is each client will have one non-fungible which is unique, but can have like, so if there are 100 NFT, there are 100 clients, but each client can have this any number of fungible parts. So 1 NFT, but 5 hours and 15 hours, but they can trade this fungible aspect to one another or anyone.
Okay. So it works in ERC 1155. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can withdraw, you can add one service. We keep track of each client's various service hours. And also the owner of the smart contract has the power to update the per hour rate. So I can call 6 months later, we are in demand. We did a lot of projects now. For more projects, we are increasing by $2. So this is a function only owner can call.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we want to add more service, so right now we have 3 service, but later let's say we want to do conference organization service, we can add more service. So like there's more flexibility on if we want to do, let's say if we go with ERC 721, then we can have only one fixed thing at a time. So if we one NFT for developer, one NFT for metaverse, one like I need to create multiple smart contract. Here one smart contract will take care of everything.
Yeah, good. We probably can, but could we give some kind of discount depending on how early someone becomes a client? Like, or depending on how many hours they have already bought, something like this.
Yeah, so that is the logic you can write here, where let's say if someone is saying buy more hours, you can say if number of hours is greater than 10, give 10%
A
discount.
different amount. Okay, sure. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or you can also say
Like
for first 100 NFT, take this rate, next 100, or like
different.
something.
Okay. Cool. This is nice. And then after that, okay, they have an NFT. What they do with that? How they reach us and
Yeah, so I don't know how much you are aware. So do you know events in smart contract?
a little.
Yeah, so basically whenever like before they meet us, let's say they are doing 1 hour meeting with us, they need to burn 1 hour from their total hours. So when they burn, an event is fired on blockchain, and on our dApp, like on our website, we can just write like a hook or a notification that whenever someone burns 1 hour, send us a message that this client burned 4 hours. So we, before they meet us, we already know how many hours they burnt.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we could link the agenda, the scheduling together with that. Is it possible?
Like I think like when they book, let's say when they give us the scope. So what I'm thinking is first meeting, if we and the client goes along, either we mint an NFT to their account or give them. And then we also say for your current scope, you might require 20 hours of metaverse, 10 hours of development. So they have an estimate how much to buy.
Sure.
And then in the next meeting, we'll say for first deliverable, when we meet next time, you need to burn 5 hours and 2. So
Yeah,
each,
so the scheduling part's mostly done by us, not by them. It's
yeah,
connected with the work done. I
correct.
understand. Yeah, makes sense. It's different than an appointment, right? Like
Yeah.
you book an appointment with someone and you have to pay for that, for the hour. Okay. All right.
Or like we can have like another generic category also, that if you just want to meet 1 hour with Arkidao, have feedback, no more service or something, you could.
Yeah, like 1 hour of consultancy, it could be bought and paid without first meeting. Maybe it's hard to happen, but
We gotta experiment.
yeah, we gotta try. Okay, let's see. Cool. And do you envision this getting connected with the NFT skills? Like, okay, we have these skills and this amount, it connects somehow with the available skills in-house. But maybe everybody could say how many hours of each task that they are allowed to say they can do by the NFT skills they are making available, for example.
I think we can like modularize it instead of like make it dependent. So both entity can run on its own. But you have a good point. Like if, let's say if a client is having 10 hours of developer and 15 hours of metaverse, and there are 3 members who spend, I don't know, like 4 hours on various tasks, we can have like even a member array where we are tracking Bobby. In last 6 months you did 50 hours of this work, 70 hours of this, and maybe use that total for like your scoring of skills, or even rewarding you. Like we can have, if a member delivers 100 hours of work, do a bonus package or like something.
Yeah, and also I was thinking, whenever they buy these hours, is it possible to imagine that they might want one person or one specific person? Like, okay, I bought this, but I like Richa's work and I want her.
So it's up to the DAO to decide who to handle. Like if Richa is already committed to other, like
Exactly. That's why I was thinking about the NFT skills, because this way, for example, Richa would go using Richa. Sorry, Richa, if you're watching it, you're a good example. If Richa would join the initial of the month, in the beginning of the month, and she would say, okay, for this month, I I'm available for this amount of hours for metaverse, and I want to work in development this amount of hours. And I also want, this way she would organize her agenda, available agenda, like in the future. And whenever a client would come, if he could point at her, like, I want Richa to do. I'm just thinking that maybe if we don't have the person part, we might as well in the near future need to implement it.
Yeah, like, and it can be and cannot be related to blockchain. Like we can just have a website of people tracker, and just once we like,
Yeah.
let's say the website keep tracks who are the current clients, how many hours they need, and then the website does matchmaking about with the people.
Yeah. We could do it, of course, off chain. Sure. Just from the point of view of the client, I'm gonna buy an NFT of many hours, and I want to know when I'll be able to have these hours booked. And let's say if I want Richa and she's only going to be able in 3 months from now, if I have to go to a different place to ask when Richa is going to be available, it seems a little bit consensus, but you get it.
Yeah, I think that's why, like, we need to have like a company, because if some person is busy, like other takes up. But
Yeah.
in our first meeting where we discussed, we clearly set up deadlines that for your task, based on our current involvement and resources, it might take 2 months for the first deliverable. If the client is super picky or they want urgency, we can just say no, because you don't want to ruin the relationship.
Yeah. For when I was talking, I was thinking about freelancer, the website, and this type of platforms. Like they have, I don't know how many millions of users, and I guess my feelings that everything depends on how many people we're gonna have. If we get, like, if we intend to become a huge community with people from all around the world, with many different levels, it's one of the huge tasks is going to become to say who gets to do what job, and right, and either if we could make this very, very clear, and like if it would be on chain somehow, like there's a line, you can either go with the line or require someone whenever we get bigger. But I understand that for now, we are always going to have this initial meeting, and we're going to get to know the client. And then we're going to say, okay, you're going to have to meet an hour, go there. Most probably, we're going to have to take the client by the hand and say, you go like this and you meet like this. Oh, did you do it? Yeah, it's right. Okay. You're going to have to support it. So it doesn't make that much sense. It's not useful to now, probably. But for the future, I kind of hope that we get that big.
Yeah, I think like that's why we should think about like considering future demand, like what's the best solution, but also like for the current needs, how can we get the solution out. So minimum bad solution to get this tested would be people going to Etherscan and minting more hours. Then we realize, okay, few of the clients are fine with it, few are facing problem. Then we say, let's build a website. We deploy it.
This would be step 2, and then we can keep improving it.
Correct.
To support the demand. Okay, makes
Because
sense.
It's high time, like we have been saying about consultancy, but it's time to test. So
Good. Agreed. All right. Anything else from your side?
so the thing is, should we just then go with ERC 115? I haven't like tested this rigorously, so maybe I can make this live on, I can share maybe the address we have for this, and then you can like buy on testnet.
Sure.
And if you the thing is, I need to check how are we rendering the NFT on OpenSea. Like on OpenSea, like in previous one we were like doing SVG. Oh wait,
S what? G?
SVG, like
F
S
S V G. Oh, okay.
vector.
Right.
So
It could look pretty as well. I can do that.
yeah, so do you know like why I did SVG?
Right.
So for example, if you do IPFS and if the metadata is not freezed, like at the end of the day, you can change the metadata, and it's the weakest loop where I can change the metadata and say instead of 8 hours, there are only 10 hours.
Yeah, but we can do SVG looking good.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Like, okay, but
Right.
the reason I'm trying to say that,
Mm.
so I have like this 4 lines,
Okay.
like, okay, make a rectangle, make like a
Right.
and you
Okay.
can add a couple of lines, but if you add a lot of lines, you're gonna off every time someone meets,
Yeah.
they'll pay it like 1 cent or 5 cents extra for
Okay.
each.
Just to look good.
But it's not a big deal, like we
Ah,
are
but
doing on Polygon, like there are
but
like 1 line will not make a difference, like couple of lines here.
okay, but could it be like an image in a part and just the part with the metadata from the metadata? Too bad. Okay, we can figure it out. No,
Yeah, that
just so
would be
people
interesting experiment.
don't pay more for that. I understood.
So,
Okay, so I'm gonna take a look into that.
so where were we? So my goal, okay, I would say this was from 20th April, and for yeah, maybe let's aim that we test the NFT consultancy contract. Mayur and Bobby test it, and we maybe we launch something at the end of the week or weekend.
Okay.
It's like first May. So we are going with ERC 1155. And you have the GitHub, so you can find both the smart contract. And if you copy paste, you can even like start testing on remakes or what.
Cool.
So this was by Theo. So again, oops, maybe okay. We follow up with that diagrams. Do you have any idea about like for how should we conduct the dev bootcamp or things we should?
Yeah, the time I had, I went through the material that Theo shared, the consensus one, and I found it a little bit too long for
Mm.
our bootcamp. Maybe it's not that it's bad at all. It's great. It's a great material, but too long content, too many possibilities of bugs, and without support, considering our public, the people who might be in the very initial stage, they're not going to be able to fulfill like 30%. Even I got bugs in the beginning and I couldn't find word, and it took me a long time, and that part I know how to do. I don't know much stuff, but I know how to Stack Overflow myself, and it was a little bit too much. Probably if we could get like the beginner part, the basic initial, the onboarding one, the basic training, if it could be simpler, it would be nice. Or maybe we're gonna have just to schedule someone to help people going through that.
So do you prefer like one session or like one channel where people try it, and if they get stuck, we help them and answer on Discord?
Yeah, that could be a way. And also if we could have a simpler material, it would be nice. I don't think people are gonna need all this much info to start our bootcamp. I don't know what you've been thinking about the bootcamp. If you expect it to be very deep or not. What would be this person? Who would be this person like? Would they have any kind of previous programming knowledge or zero?
I would consider like a good assumption would be some computational designer who might know a bit of C# or Python, like very basic, but like in a
Okay.
custom component.
All right. If people have done something, I think it's okay to follow this the onboarding. If they haven't done anything, it's too much. All right. So maybe we're gonna have just to say, okay, guys, if you have never been into any programming experience, it's probably not gonna be for you.
Yeah, or they can follow along and learn along the way.
Yeah, just
Because
watch.
like the code which we have, like we have like, let's say you don't need to be an expert in JavaScript
Exactly.
to learn this. Like if you know basic functions array, like you can join.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
But when do you think, like, so I was thinking like it's more than a workshop, but less than a proper course or bootcamp? Because the thing I have experienced when I was first attending like workshop where they were talking about remix blockchain, it's a bit overwhelming. Like there's so many new content, and so we chunk that out and maybe focus on one thing each weekend, and maybe on 4 weekends people get comfortable, like do hands-on, like basic smart contract, how to write a counter function or something. Like people feel really confident at the end. Or maybe we can also like each weekend we teach, but also give one challenge or one assignment to complete before next Saturday. So
Sure. Yeah, if it's too long, we're gonna lose people on the way, probably. That's what I thought about the previous material. We're gonna lose people in the previous material
yeah,
already. It's too long. It should somehow be more, what's the word in English? Palatável, amor. Você sabe em inglês? No, we don't know in English the word. I'm gonna get that.
Bite size.
Palatable.
What?
Palatable. You don't know? Okay. Okay, in Hindi.
You can't speak.
Swadished.
Oh,
No.
really? Sweet. Oh, like tasty.
Sweet? No,
Like
so
swadish is like tasty.
so maybe he misunderstood. Don't worry. What I meant is something you can digest.
Yeah.
Something that you can. Okay, it's cool to learn this in the weekend hours. Right? Not too long, not too deep. Taking out the content that they don't need exactly for that part, and giving them extra references for future. Otherwise, it's a much more complex bootcamp, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like maybe we can discuss briefly. What was Theo's link?
Heavy hay.
Because there is also this scaffold ETH, which is like very crash course. Like so create your first NFT, staking smart contract, deploy a token.
Okay, but these they would do prior or during?
No, during
bootcamp?
yeah.
Okay. All right. In the link that I sent you, there's the developer onboarding on Ethereum. In the developer onboarding on Ethereum from Consensus and from Ethereum Arc. So the very basic training is a lot of things to read and go through when you have tests in JavaScript tests, so you can go along. And I don't think it's completely necessary to start a very basic bootcamp of.
No, a lot of this bootcamp covers like theory and like local framework of Ganache, Truffle and stuff. I think like we can just focus on even if at the end beginner or intermediate solidity, a person knows how to mint a token, a person knows how to mint NFT. Like
it should be something very useful.
Useful, right? Correct. Like we don't want like we're not expecting someone to be professional by then, like, but at least confident that like they want to create smart contract like NFTs consultants. Yeah.
They could do something on their own for their own projects.
Yeah.
Out of the content that we would share. I agree.
Correct. Yeah, so this is a lot of other blockchain, node, cryptography. Like
and I understood that all of this was content for the people to go before our bootcamp. So they have to cover all these things in order to be able to start our bootcamp. That's not.
Maybe this too, Solidity fast track. This could be like a reading. If like we can give reading of 1 hour, they just review this, and during the session we walk through this. So I think focusing more on like applications rather than just learning. How you can apply in AEC would be how we stand out, because like people can watch on YouTube. Solidity.
Yeah.
So maybe then, okay.
The difference maybe would be, okay, you can watch in YouTube, but whenever you have a doubt, you have a problem, you won't be able to reach this person teaching, and you won't be inside a community that will be learning together. So we must take advantage of that. The contact with the tutor and between the students. I don't know how many people you are imagining this to be for, but do you have any?
I don't know, like could be 5, could be 10, or
Okay, a small
20.
group,
Yeah.
not a big group. Okay. If it's a small group, maybe we could use the boot camp so they can also by the end create a project of the group, more or less like a hackathon, but not a hackathon, but okay, you're a group of 5, you are starting this course and you're gonna receive this and this and this and this information, and in week 2 you have to come together as the group of 5 and show us ideas that you want to develop, and it would be like project based.
Yeah, like how we do it in studio, like
Yeah.
like how hackathon, if they have an idea, we help them navigate, but also,
Or we would provide previous ideas, like you could pick these or these or these or these or this project and fill the details to be a actual product or an actual project, something that could be alive after this month, and we would use the content of the bootcamp to help you build this together as a team from Archidel. You could be maybe one project for Archidel. I don't know.
yeah, they can also participate in a hackathon and last weekend, or no? They could win prize money if they have a good idea.
Yeah, that they could, but the problem with the hackathon is
too much fast.
Would they be ready for something like this? Probably not.
Or we can suggest them, like take your ideas and build it in the next hackathon, or like what if they have like minimum viable prototype, they can add more things and like potentially get rewarded in hackathon.
Yeah.
So now I think
project-based learning process, something like at least that's the learning type that I like, that I find most enjoyable and easy to stay and focus. Otherwise, I tend to get a little distracted with so much theory.
You know what? I introduced new protocol because I think I'll explain what I'm thinking here. So for example, it's gonna be also important that we introduce what are some interesting tools out there. Like if in your smart contract you want to integrate IoT data or real life data, then you can use Chainlink in such a way. Or if you want to have a real estate where you want to do rental income from smart contract, you can use Superfluid. So it's also how we connect this various interesting protocol and give them ideas, because like if you're listening and doing smart contract for first time, you will think, okay, what can I do with it?
So we need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just writing rough. So if we do like solidity basics, I'm thinking like should years, like if it's Saturday and on Sunday ERC 20, ERC 21, hands-on, or it's too much?
Depend on how much you want to cover with that. And how long would it be?
I'm thinking like 2 hours.
2 hours basic, 2 hours Saturday, 2 hours Sunday.
Hmm.
And it's going to be like this for 4 weekends.
Or whatever you think.
Yeah, I think it's a good amount of commitment.
We definitely need like some certificate or something, or like
exactly.
incentive.
If we're gonna have a certificate or a final project or something that they can hold as a product of all of this, if they're just entering for I'm here just watching, we're gonna lose them for the way, probably.
Or we can have some incentive that if you, I don't know how much fund we raise from our NFT launch, like if you stay till the end, you get like $50 completion, learn to earn. But we are not rich yet, but
Yeah, that's maybe why I was thinking about the project based. If they are a team and one depends on the other for learning process. People tend to be more committed.
So you prefer team?
I don't know. That's on me. I'm a group person. I feel much more committed to learn if I am in a group that is learning together and each has to do a part. Each one depends on the other. And in the end, we're going to build something greater than the efforts that each one of us would be able to do in this amount of hours. Like the studio thing. But I don't know what you think. If you were thinking more like content, like what would be our main difference between our bootcamp and something that they could find online?
I think
and
that's
watching the hours they want.
I think like AEC specific use cases, teaching as well as helping them developing.
Okay. If we have enough AEC specific examples.
Yeah, like I'll don't worry about that. I'll take
Okay.
care. I'll do that presentation. And then we ask them, present your ideas. Is it too aggressive? No?
I don't know. I'm gonna look into competition. Let's see what people are doing, are offering. Two-month online program. Yeah, there are some things like 10 hours to 2 months duration.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so maybe if we cover like in the first weekend, something like 3 hours. The thing is, different than something recorded and edited. This is gonna be live, right? So it's way less productive than content that people record and just and edit and cut everything, and everything's very quick and organized. We are just gonna go, we are gonna be interacting with them, so it's gonna take longer than the hours of the courses that we find online. Probably.
No, like it could be more like hands-on with people are coding, or like, and what we can do is like we are providing like a overview, and either before or end of the session we can also suggest 2-3 videos which goes deeper, so if they are interested to learn more, check or watch this video.
And or maybe as a requirement for the next like, okay, you have to deliver this and this for the next weekend.
Yeah, like having like assignments well structured, like even it could be, okay, once we teach how to do, then we can, by next Saturday we can see upload your own token on Google Drive or give us your address. So like it's something which doesn't take more than half hour or 1 hour to finish that assignment, and it's like comfortable.
Okay.
So this is, I don't know, what was that? This is what I think. Like give basics, like hello world. Then next day, mint your own token. Third day, mint your own NFT. Fourth day, we give possibilities by integrating NFT with Chainlink, Superfluid, IoTX, various other. And now they are getting idea. Okay, how can we mix and match interesting things? Then next Saturday, we ask them to present their ideas, how they want to develop this. Then Sunday, we teach either DeFi stuff or actually we can teach them to make their own decentralized app. So by final day, they can present their own website with their own smart contract.
You just have to have some simple strategy for them to deploy the front end part.
Yeah, like very like good template where we can change. So also like IPFS. What do you think?
Mhm.
So Bobby is gonna take this to such.
Use cases. It's just gonna be on the second weekend. The introduction is not gonna be. Yeah, we are assuming they're coming with some basic understanding on what it is about, what is for.
Yeah, we can also maybe ask Theo to give like a 15-minute presentation of what use cases he developed. Maybe.
Okay. All right. Or and also we maybe could send a previous video, like a very brief introduction one.
Yeah.
Without the programming part. Like, okay, what it is about, what it's for, just some leveraging some basic concepts.
Yeah.
But much shorter than a consensus one.
LinkedIn.
If one day I can get through all those consensus material, I'm gonna be a pro.
Yeah. We'll focus more on how to start thinking as a Web3 developer when like understanding your Grasshopper AEC thing and start like the intent is to develop thinking like, oh, this is how I can use blockchain in my current workflow. That's the goal.
Sure.
So Bobby, you're gonna take care of this?
Okay, when we're doing it in May, right?
No, May is too soon. April. I don't know. Like whatever you say.
30th of May. End of May.
Yeah, actually we should give a goal, man. So June 15, I gotta work with Hiri to do a decentralized workshop. Yeah, but I'm only doing one weekend, so or I can do two. Yeah, I think like whatever we can take like one weekend, Bobby one weekend, myself one weekend, Theo, or like one day. So it's all divided.
Cool.
And if I have deadline, I'll make sure I'll prepare so I can
Someone
teach.
else.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All
But
right.
the thing is, we need to publicize. Like it's not like we guys can sit together and like in spend like couple of days to make all this material. But how to get more people? Like May 15th is our
DeFi basics. What do you want to cover?
It's just like how DeFi protocol works, how can you combine multiple coins, do staking. The intent is, let's say one develops their own metaverse, AEC metaverse. So getting assets as NFT is one component, but like having tokens and DeFi and good economics around it. It's just like a basic, like what are various ways, like what if in your NFT you want to do staking, that if Barbie stakes her NFT or her tokens for 30 days, give some reward. So like thinking in that direction. But we can even remove that, but I don't know.
I was thinking about if if it's in the final weekend, maybe it could be maybe it makes sense because to be there because it's some kind of extra material. Everything else they would need to develop the team project, they would have to receive previously. So, okay, I understand it being there. I'm just not sure we need like to take some, I don't know. Yeah, it makes sense. I know what it is, so maybe people also want to know what it is.
Yeah. Oops. And like this is just the first draft we can discuss
Okay.
with you and others. But
So we
I
need
think
one more person at least, right? To help us with that. Or not. I don't know.
ideally, but we can, let's assume it's only 3 of us.
Okay.
But do you want
Yeah.
to do in a month of June? So we get one first
When
June
is
to
is the vacation in the US? In Europe and the US?
what's
Like
summer
the
vacation?
Yeah, when is summer vacation? Is it
Oh,
June or July? Because people usually have a lot of workshops and stuff going on in this month, and maybe it wouldn't be so good to be in this month.
actually, now that I'm thinking, a lot of architecture schools, like if their school is starting in August, they have like 1 month before like a crash course on workshops or something. If we can get like 1 or 2 schools collaboration with, that would be.
Yeah, if you said something about checking with consensus.
No, it's for scholarship.
Oh, for other thing, okay.
So I think month of June or July is the option we have.
Okay. What kind of school were you thinking about?
Like A or ETH Zurich, like those guys
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. Maybe if you can talk with Angelus
Yeah.
in
Ayak. Yeah. Even like,
I'm not sure they're interested, but
so that is one strategy. Like, okay, I think one is getting the schedule, getting the structure and course out. Then another strategy is how to market and get people. I think.
okay.
But this would be like first boot camp, right? AEC specific blockchain. I don't know.
I don't know, but I never found anything like that. AEC blockchain.
The reason I'm thinking is like sometimes people take free stuff for granted. And if you have the same workshop for $50, then people take it seriously and do it till the end.
Exactly. It shouldn't be free. Otherwise, people are not gonna be paying attention.
Yeah. You should maybe do like $250. Too much? 100.
For my currency rate, 250, it's impossible.
But people pay a lot for this architecture technology. Even conference. Anyways, let's do a paid boot. Now I'm getting excited for this. If we develop a course here, yeah, if we structure this to like use this material as a course and do it on like just record it and then later do it on Coursera.
If we later do it in Coursera, the amount of money goes way down, right?
Like $25 or $20 per course.
Yeah.
It's anyways, it's recorded. We are like
Yeah. If we think about one thing that once I was talking to Theo about is what type of content creator we want to be. Like, does it make sense that we record a content like for this workshop and just either give it free or sell it very cheap, or does it make more sense if we give the instructions like form is the word? If we educate a group of people, and this group of people would then be able in the next 3 months to own the responsibility to pass it along, like to the next group. Okay, you would pay $100 for this workshop, but me, Babi, and you, Mayur, we don't want to do it again in the next 3 months, or we do. I don't know. I'm just putting it on the table. Okay, let's say we don't want to do it again. We could either just deploy it on Coursera, and it would be like lesser of experience, or the students that followed this one could arrange them as a group and keep just one of us to do the next one. Like they would take the next group of people. It would be like some on-chain mechanism to keep evolving with content.
I think
it's like it's if we want something like this, it should be in our route, like in our mission. What do we aim to do? If we want to do things live, that's a better strategy than saying, okay, Mayur is going to be forever every Saturday, Sunday, and doing live courses. Okay, this time it's Ethereum, next time it's whatever, Solana, and you're gonna get bored very fast, and eventually you're going to transform everything you said into a video and put it online, and people are not gonna be able to follow the same way they did live. I don't know. I think that whenever you have someone to hold your hand, it goes much better.
Yeah, and maybe
I'm
we
also
do.
a fan of self-learning. I'm self-learner myself, but it's a much cooler experience when I do with other people and I do it live and with an online tutor,
Yeah, so I think we can do like the best of both. If we do like boot camp live with other students every 6 months, but if someone missed it and they do wanna in between 5 months, they can watch our Coursera, but then or they can wait for next 6 months and join the other bootcamp. So depending on what category you believe, you can join. And
whatever you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
And because like things are pretty fast, so even our course on Coursera after 6 months needs to update it with new
Exactly,
protocols.
it's gonna be outdated. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if this thing of seeding professors make any sense, if it's viable or not, but that's something that I would like to see. People going forward with the knowledge. Then example, you, I, and Theo, we could study something more advanced and offer for the group that had already have taken the first bootcamp. And while they would be teaching the next initial crew the beginner bootcamp.
Yeah, ideally, if they are like committed, like
Yeah, maybe they are
eh,
not. Yeah, I know, and it's not that because you took a course that you're able to give the course. I know it for sure, but
like we are doing indirectly in study group where we are providing new members the opportunity. Like if from first boot camp, if let's say we are doing like basic boot camp this June, in December we are doing advanced and basic. So we teach the advanced and the basic is taught by the first batch students. Like in case we have like
yeah, we
three,
would
four
be
people.
creating economy, right, for these people as well. Like, okay, you participated in a boot camp, and you also, depending on how you went through it, if you managed to get to the end and you understand, you passed whatever, I don't know, you will be able to join forces in the next one and also receive something. It looks more like a DAO for me, like this.
Yeah, it's circular or sustainable. Let's see. Let's see how the success of first go, and then we can make decisions for
Yeah,
like
sure.
one thing at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so the goal next time would be okay. Wait, this is done, right?
Schedule. What was the
Uh,
schedule meant?
like time and date.
Okay, when we're gonna do? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. All right, I agree with June for July.
yeah. Let's do July. We need to make a website, landing page, event registration, a lot of things.
Ok. Quando é que é as férias da escola? Okay, June.
Wait, June?
No? You want June or July? I'm sorry.
I thought you said July.
If I was just checking, Benji's vacation is in July, so I
Okay.
would be better if it's in June.
Okay. If it's in June, then
Too short.
no. Like okay,
Yeah,
May.
it's too close.
No, I'm just writing the key deadline. June 15. July. If we do this, the thing is, if we want to launch on 1st June, then you should have like at least some landing page and materials. Like you need at least 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks to publicize so people can register.
Sure.
So this is May 15, and the thing is May 15 will also be Zain NFT.
Yes, so it's not a good time to be marketizing something else.
But like, what if we
give
do
time.
June 15? When are you leaving for Benji's vacation?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just imagining that we might want in the end to do something, but it's okay.
Okay.
I am the first weekend. So.
Oh, July 1st. June. Oh, and anyways, like it's 3 of us. So if you miss 1 or 2, it's fine. Okay, June. Oh,
Let me
okay.
see when it's the schedule for this July?
So if we do 11th June, then you will be, the last session will be on 3rd July.
No, it's okay. Sure. Oh, we have a whole month. I just have to have something during July, like a week free during July, a weekend at least free.
So
So
yeah,
it could be July, but not all weekends in July, you know.
no, like, yeah, that's what, like, if we do 18th June, we will finish on 10th July.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. For me, it's okay. I don't know about Theo. But
Yeah, let's
we can
propose
check
to him.
Okay. I gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta go. I have like 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's wrap it. June 18th to July, whatever, 10th. And so we need by maybe May 22nd, do landing page, market for 3 weeks, registration, web page. Yeah, I think maybe let's finalize all the content and schedule what's next week, next meeting. So today is 27, so like 4th May we
Yeah.
do this, and we spend a week on, like 2 weeks, so on website launch, and then we'll have also can make like a Eventbrite registration, and then publicity. Or we can also reach out to strategic collaboration. Oh, maybe we should do a workshop ticket as NFT.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. If we do it, do we limit people that already know how to use the basics? Is that good or bad?
Okay, let's discuss. The thing is, if we do strategic partnership and we get from other DAO like 2 tickets and stuff, we'll worry about. Okay, this is the goal. Anything you want to discuss before we wrap up?
About that? No. Good.
Okay.
Okay, we can finish. I want to ask about the meeting with Shuri's company, but we can do it after.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you know you have to leave, but
No, after